In today's video, I'm going to be talking about affordable lenses for filmmakers. Be sure to stay tuned until the end of this video, as I'll be showing you what lens adapters to get for this lens, plus some extra bonus footage, all of that coming up. So this is the Vivitar 28mm F2.8 lens. So all of the footage that you've just seen was shot using only this lens, my Sony a63,000, a K&F lens adapter, plus a K&F variable ND filter. The small lens will only cost you about $25 secondhand on eBay. Now there are a lot of other lenses that you can get in the same focal length for the same kind of price. But the reason why I like this lens is when you shoot on an APS-C sensor, your focal length would change to 42mm. Now, why is a 28mm lens all of a sudden 48mm then? Well, on an APS-C sensor, you have a crop value of around 1.5, so your field of view will change. So this is very easy to work out. All you have to do is to take 28mm times 1.5, which is your crop factor on an APS-C sensor. So basically now you have a 48mm lens. Now 48mm is a great field to work with. It's wide enough to get you really nice landscape shots and tight enough to get you really good close-up shots. The cool thing about this lens is that it will work on Sony E-mount cameras, Canon EOS mounts and Fuji X mounts. You just have to make sure that you get the right lens adapter for your camera, and that's coming up later in this video. So I have filmed a lot of footage using this lens, and the footage that I get from this lens just never disappoints. I like shooting my videos on a gimbal and have seen that when using this lens, my footage is not so shaky compared to a 50mm vintage lens. The reason why your footage will be shaky is because there's actually no image stabilization built into these lenses. And when shooting on a Sony a63,000, there's no in-body stabilization. So also just keep that in mind. The sharpness on this lens is actually still really good, and I will show you some footage I took when we went out walking around in the city. This could be the type of footage that maybe you would film when using a lens like this. And if you take a look at some of the footage, you can see it's still nice and quite sharp. So when buying a new lens, there's three things that you would need to keep in mind. Is it fast? Is it cheap? And is it sharp? So if you want a fast and sharp lens, it's actually not going to be that affordable anymore. But if you want a fast and cheap lens, it's actually not going to be that sharp anymore. So this Vivitar lens falls into the fast and affordable category, since it's not the sharpest lens out there, but it's still fast and very affordable. This lens is a fully manual lens, meaning manual focus and manual aperture. There are no electronic connections, meaning you will have to control the focus and aperture by yourself. So if you are used to autofocus lenses, then this might be tricky in the beginning, but it's also a really good way to practice your filmmaking skills, and you will get used to it after a while. So what I like to do is to switch on my focus peaking on my camera, and it would show me what's in focus and what's not. So if you get a camera that has focus peaking, that would be great. Otherwise, you would just need to go out and practice as much as you can. So now I will show you what lens adapter you should get and how to set it up. This is a K&F FD to NEX adapter that I use on my Sony, and this will work on all Sony E-mount cameras. For Fuji X-mount cameras, you would need to get a K&F FD to FX adapter. And for Canon, you would need to get a FD to EOS adapter. Putting on the lens adapter to your camera is easy. Connect those two red dots and twist it to the right until you hear it click in. Next, make sure your adapter is on lock and place your lens on top. Then twist your lens ring to the right and switch from lock to open on your lens adapter. If you don't put the lens adapter on open, then you won't be able to control your aperture. So just always remember that. Now you're all set up and ready to go and shoot some stunning footage with your new vintage lens. If you liked this video, consider hitting that subscribe button for more videos like this in the future. And hit that notification bell to make sure you never miss out on any of my new videos. Thank you for watching, and leave your comments down below. I always love hearing what you have to say. And remember, be creative.